another day. Got some blue skies. So I worked a little bit more last night. It's about 5:30 or so. It's starting to get pretty dark. That's what time I came and got picked up. So I did get, my son drove me over, and I drove this over here. So I had no car over here, so I had to get picked up. But I work this area, so I do say that, you know, our goal is at some point to fill in the neighbor's area. You know, and that's all based upon how much dirt and how soon we will get it. But I'm trying to get over, let me stop here. I'm trying to get over to this fence line over here, and then, as you can see, basically just fill this all in and then slope it down. You know, I'm pretty happy with that for the most part. You know, I don't want to go all the way down. I am being a little selfish, but, you know, whatever. I want to use the dirt for me, so I don't know if that's so much selfish. All right, we have a muddy child here. So now you know why I got stuck so easy. It is one big mud pit. All right, well, let's get a scoop here and see how much we got done. Pretty good scoop. Oh my gosh, I'm falling down in.
My legs are cramping so bad.
All right, well, we walk over here to the property line, sorta, where the fence was. So when I bought the property, it went straight down in there, kind of like in this whole area. What did I swear I just dropped something. All right, so this is looking good. So I can get in here more and smooth this out. I guess it's just as easy with the big John Deere 624. So I think we're definitely hitting our goal here. It's definitely widening, making the property seem wider. So, you know, obviously there's the fence line, so I gotta fill this in. I'll probably put a little bit of dirt over there in his area. I actually added a little bit at one time. But yeah, so kind of just bring it up a little bit on my side, move out that clutter. And then, I'm not sure, but probably add a little bit of dirt, you know, over there just to raise the property up on that side a little bit. Since it's low, there's no reason to have it be lower. Really, the low area should be farther over there. So really kind of building this area up is a good idea. And then we will focus our attention once we're done there on kind of sloping that around or figure out what we're going to do. And then we got to kind of dig all this out, maybe lower even deeper. That way it's kind of at the water table, and then we can have one continuous river in here. And then if I want to divide it up between two, the lazy river, which may get some pond liner, and then a permaculture river, and then our off-road side-by-side river type botanical slash mud pit slash rompy area slash whatever else I can come up with. So, all right, yeah, I kind of ran over a couple of the blueberry plants. That was kind of dumb. So, all right, well, it's pizza time. Gonna go get some pizza. Well, I came back up here to the front to push the dirt, try to get up against this fence line. I was able to knock some of these branches down. Almost ran into this again. Well, I haven't ran into it yet, but knock these down with the loader, so that's good. Nice clean cuts. Yeah, it's coming along, looking pretty good up here. So the big thing I got done for the most part today is over here. And the more I moved, the more good it looks, but it also looks pretty sloppy. So, you know, I used to have, like, the trail kind of came here and then it went down in, but now it's all more or less, for the most part, filled in. So it doesn't seem like I'm on my property, because the way I keep looking at it, and Christian just fell in there. So yeah, I mean the property line's pretty much like right in here to there. So I kind of want the grade to go down in, then over time we'll, you know, help my neighbor try to fill in his area. Well, I dug the tree out, I think somewhat successful. We won't know until if it's alive here in another week or two. But I am, sorry about that, yep, moving the dirt over. For some reason, I lost my little bag that has the keys in it for the RV in this side-by-side. So hopefully I'll find it here soon. All right, well, I spent a couple hours on here today, maybe more like an hour and a half, but let's turn the camera around here just briefly. Is that making you dizzy? Yes, so we got, for the most part, this pile taken out. We got the tree that I knocked down or dug up that still has a little bit of a root system to be determined if it's going to live. We got it buried with some dirt and in the water, so that would give it its best chance to live. You know, when you buy big oak trees, they only come in such a, you know, big enough tub, but I guess the roots would make their way around that pot. So definitely need to get the trailer moved, get our broken solar panels put somewhere, and then tomorrow or the next day we will move these trees and hopefully kind of just move them as straight into their new home. So, you know, I think you kind of get the idea of what permaculture pond means, that basically when it rains like this, the water's going to come down into some type of pond system. And if then that will overflow, then it will go into another system. I did have a guy on one of the YouTube videos that I have. He asked me why I was going around in a lake. And then briefly I just said, hey, you know, my property flooded, so this is all flood water. All right, so I've been a little sick yesterday. I was definitely sick. So I'm back over here today. It's Tuesday. I had the machine till Friday, so that was a waste of a good day, but you know, what can you do? So I'm gonna move the Commander out of here, but I wanna focus first on here, on getting the dirt all the way around, and then focus on back there, moving, trying to get some of the dirt behind the greenhouse. All right, well, this is definitely the area I'm gonna start to focus on. Yeah, I'll get all this out and then move it over here and then start focusing on those trees. So this should move relatively quick. I think for the most part, if I don't get stomach sick again, I should be able to get most of all this out today and then focus, I guess, on hopefully maybe getting more dirt, which that could be so random, or focus a little bit more in the back. Then if we do get more dirt, then we can start to fill in his area for one day and then clear out this fence line. All right, well, I'm up here. I couldn't find my cell phone, my other cell phone. Just fell back behind here. I'm like, what was that noise? I was like, that's probably where the cell phone went. So I'm going to scrape out these piles like I said, and we will see here, once I move some, what it looks like. Well, you can see the cut down through there. Let me just zoom in a little bit here. Yeah, that zoom doesn't do you any good, does it? All right, well, we almost got over there already here. Gotta move this pile of dirt. So I think we got, I mean, if you look at how much we have, it is a lot of dirt. I mean, that's a normal pile there, and then this is our pile here. So we do have a lot of dirt to move. I called Tommy. Tommy is a good guy too, according to the world standards, maybe. We're all good people, according to the world standards. But according to God's standard, we all fall short. So that's why Jesus came to this earth, Christmas. The Christ child, the King, the prophet, and our high priest. All right, well, maybe our little camera stand will make things better here. get my little camera stand here. I don't know how it looks compared to me holding the camera, cell phone that is. I did see that the specs of the Galaxy S25 are out. One of the noticeable differences that I see that could benefit is that when things are recorded in 4K, what is that, 3860 by something? It's easier to think of 1980 by, or 1920 by 1080, whatever the 4K is that it's going to be able to record in 120, is it hertz? Or 120 frame rates per second? It's not hertz. Hertz is your screen resolution. So currently the phone records at 60 frame rates per second. So when you're doing more adventurous stuff, the frame rate's going to be higher, which is going to make it more smooth. So the HDR10, I don't even know what that is. It's supposed to smooth the frame rates, but higher the frame rate, the smoother it should be. The problem is how big the file is, how many megabytes that convert to gigabytes. So the bigger the file is, the harder it is to upload, and then it's harder to watch. So when you watch on YouTube, it instantly puts you down to like a lower level viewing. And I never paid for premium, but most of the stuff that you probably watch, if you're not discerning, is at a lower quality because your internet can't keep up, or your internet providers can't keep up with the demand. All right, well, that scoop might do me for a minute. The extra remaining dirt, I could either come from a different direction or push over. But I've kind of tried to make myself a nice road out of here. That way when I start attacking this big pile, I can kind of come in, back out the other direction, and move the dirt where I want, instead of backing out around the direction where the trailer and the shed are. Let's try to scoop this. Hey, this is Mark with a garden eastward in Eden. So I want to kind of bring some Bible verses in. So when I do these little teachings or devotions, or I never know what to call them, teaching the Bible, what the Lord's helping me understand, that I don't All right, well, for the most part, I feel like I'm done over here. I'm probably gonna just pile up a little bit of dirt. You know, I don't want to take it over the fence line now, but really I just need to have this whole fence line cleared out, which is already the plan to do with the neighbor, but today is definitely not the day we're gonna do that. So right now, I'm going to be focused on these trees over here. So I definitely could see that this is going to get filled in pretty quickly today. Yeah, so definitely I want to fill everything in up here. I'll probably just stack the dirt a little bit, and then really I don't think I'm going to have a whole bunch of dirt once that's done, but really try to take this tree out today and then fill in today, and then start to fill in some of these areas. So basically I want to have the garden trail, maybe even with these trees, to move over a little bit, or maybe that one, but really to have the garden trail come out along this edge, or kind of like along right where these trees are, and then go to the back. So some of these trees, I hate to move the camera so fast, can be put over here to line up. You know, this can get filled in, and then as the water goes down, if I get more dirt, basically just to kind of stick with the plan that I always have had, and that is to fill up around my property line, bring it up, and then just dig at some point in the future that area deep, and then have the river go back to the back of the property, and then dig deep in the back. Well, it is cooler today. I guess we're in the maybe low 70s, mid 70s. I'll kind of leave the soil on there. The soil is pretty moist still. So I'm going to start to fill in, and then I can kind of move them the way I want to move them here, hopefully today or tomorrow. So I'm going to see how much of our dirt. Got a lot of dirt up there to move, but it will go quick. Like I said yesterday, I was pretty sick. Oh, bouncing around here. I think it's about time that maybe I go to the other side, push them over. That way it's just kind of nice and loose. But let's see how much we got done over here. Lower the bucket here. There you go. Yeah, so we are. So I don't really want to fill any of this in. I'll wait for future trucks. So I kind of just want to come down to the side of these greenhouses. So I'm going to try to preserve the boughs that are good. You know, it's just going to have an even more awesome view straight off the road all the way back. Even though the property's flooded, it still looks nice, like a big pond or lake. All right, well, I'm going to stop here. So I'm going to go up to the other side and start pushing some of this dirt over. Definitely make it easier to scoop this out of here if it's pushed and more loosened up than the way that I'm doing it now. All right, we were able to break through to the other side a little bit.